That means we are still in the money zone. In fact, at this stage, each correctly answered question fetches some points, and each point is worth 10 Ghana cedi. At the end of the contest, we will calculate a total amount for each of the teams here. That amount goes to 3 contestants and 1 teacher. So nobody has any reason to be upset even if they don't win. Well, so this is the second semi-final contest, and it features Mawuli School, Keta Senior High Technical School, and St. Peter's Senior High School. Let's meet the contestants. Mawuli School. Mawuli School is represented by
Jikuma Isaac Newton, final year.
And
Open Wisdom, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
You're doing well. Wonderful. What does this semi-final contest mean to you?
You are favored beyond measure.
And then I'm interested, how have you found the competition so far? What are your impressions for this year's edition?
It has been very competitive, and all the schools so far that have participated have been doing so well.
Mm-hmm. Good. So this contest, what should we expect?
We expect the favor of the Lord to grant us victory.
All right, best wishes. Keta Senior High Technical School. Keta Senior High Technical School is represented by
Godfrey, final year.
President, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you?
You're doing great.
Wonderful. Semi-finals. What does it feel like? You're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, madam.
All right. Try not to be. Okay. But I want to know, what do you think about this year's competition so far? What have you observed?
Madam, there have been improvements.
Improvements in which direction? Your answers or my questions?
Everything.
Everything. Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. And the contest, what are we expecting?
In God we trust. In God we trust.
All right. Best wishes. St. Peter's Senior High School. St. Peter's Senior High School is represented by
Fanny Benjamin, final year. Kisi Anokweku, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
We are blessed and highly favored.
Good. And what does it feel like to be in the semi-finals?
Feels like a very great opportunity for us. And we are so excited that we're in the semi-finals.
All right, good. The competition, what do you think of it?
So far, I think it's been very competitive, and it's improving. Yes, the questions are improving, so we are also doing our part to meet the improving questions.
All right, good. What shall we expect from you this contest?
For this contest, we are expecting that the grace of God will find us, and then we can put up the best performance ever, and then we can qualify for the final.
Best wishes to you then. Viewers, we've met the contestants. Everyone is here to win. But before I sit down so we can begin, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We also have support from GCB Bank, Accra College of Medicine, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, Lancaster University, Ghana, Academic City College, West African Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens, WACBIB, Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP, MFA Jewelry, and Hoti Makeup. The mentorship sessions are sponsored by Bond Savings and Loans and RMG Ghana, and SciTech Fair 2018 was sponsored by Goyle, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, and Talo Ghana Limited. Our media sponsors are City FM and Joy News. This is a prime time production. My name is Elsie Efa Hoffman. I'm your quiz mistress.
Hey, mommy, I have an interview tomorrow and I have nothing to wear.
Give me your shirt. It will be okay to wear tomorrow. I will try my soap with active brightness. You can go now.
The first round is a round for fundamental concepts. The questions are simple and direct. I'm expecting simple and direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If the answer is right, a bonus point. If not, there's a penalty, 1 point. For questions that require calculations, you have 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 10 seconds to do so. All questions are to be attempted once only. Best wishes to all of you. First set of questions, 10 seconds, and I'm going to start with you, Keta Senior High Technical School. Your question. State the effect of heat on hydrogen trioxocarbonate 4 ion and give the product of any reaction that takes place. Yes, Daniel.
Madam, this thing, the hydrogen trioxocarbonate will decompose to give carbon dioxide and oxygen gas and hydrogen gas. And the reaction is H2CO going to H2CO3 going to form CO2 plus 1 mole of H2 plus 1 mole of O2.
1. For saying that it decomposes, the rest was incorrect. Okay, so yes, it decomposes and it gives CO2, CO3, 2 minus ion, and water. All right, Mawuli School. State the effect of heat on solid lead trioxocarbonate 4 and give the products of any reaction that takes place. Yes, Isaac Newton.
The compound would decompose, and then the products formed are lead-2 oxide, carbon dioxide, and oxygen gas. And then the balanced equation is 2PbCO3 going into 2PbO plus 2CO2 plus O2.
I'll give you 1 as well. Yes, it decomposes, but your products are not right. I mean, you had 1 right, but the rest, no. It decomposes to give lead-2 oxide and CO2. That's it. No oxygen, nothing like that. And your reaction certainly was not right. It's PbCO3 going to PbO plus CO2. Okay? So 1. St. Peter's. Sodium trioxocarbonate 4 monohydrate is a white powder. State what happens to this powder when it is heated. Yes, Kisi.
When it is heated, it decomposes to give Na2CO3 and H2O. So the balance equation is Na2CO3 dot H2O goes to Na2CO3 plus H2O.
That's incorrect for bonus. Okay. All that happens is that it loses the water of crystallization to become the anhydrous salt, which is not decomposed by further heating, even heating to redness. It doesn't decompose at all. It just loses the water of crystallization. Next 30 seconds, and I have a short preamble. The preamble is integrate. That's it. All right. So, Keta Senior High Technical School. Integral of the expression 1 over x to the power 4 minus 1 over x cubed dx. Yes, Godfred.
The integral is negative 1 over 3x cubed plus 1 over 2x squared plus c.
Yes. With the same preamble, integral of the expression 4 over x to the power 5 minus 6 over x to the power 4 dx. Isaac Newton.
The integral is minus 1 over x to the power 4 plus 2 over x to the power 3 plus c, where c is a constant.
Okay. With the same preamble, integral of the expression 6 over x to the power 7 minus 4 over x to the power 5 dx. Fanny.
Minus 1 over x to the power 6 plus 1 over x to the power 4 plus c.
Yes. Next set, 10 seconds, and I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. The cerebrum, or the forebrain of mammals, is divided into 4 lobes, namely frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. Name the lobes that perform the following functions. I hope you got that. All right. So, Keta, it is associated with the brain's ability to reason, organize, plan, speak, move, make facial expressions, perform serial tasks, and solve problems. Yes, Daniel?
Frontal lobe.
Yes. Controls inhibition, spontaneity, initiates and self-regulates behaviors, pays attention, remembers, and controls emotions. Yes, wisdom.
The parietal lobe.
That's incorrect for a bonus. Which of you? Please raise your hand, Daniel.
The temporal lobe.
No. That's the frontal lobe. St. Peter's. It is located at the upper rear of the brain and controls complex behaviors, including senses such as vision, touch, body awareness, and spatial orientation. Fanny?
The occipital lobe.
No, that's incorrect. For a bonus. Is the parietal lobe. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. The total energy of a particle of mass m trapped by infinitely high walls to a region of width a is given by En, E subtract N, is equal to N squared, pi squared, H bar squared over 2ma squared, where the quantum number N is equal to 1, 2, 3, and so on. Did you get your preamble? Okay, once again. The total energy of a particle of mass m trapped by infinitely high walls to a region of width a is given by E subscript N is equal to N squared, pi squared, H bar squared over 2ma squared, where the quantum number N is equal to 1, 2, 3, and so on. So now the question, Keta. Find the energy of the photon absorbed when the particle makes a transition from the ground state to the second excited state. Yes, Godfred. Go ahead.
1.696 times 10 to the power negative 19 joules.
That's incorrect. Okay, go ahead. Kisi.
8 pi squared h bar squared all over 2m a squared.
Not for a bonus. Not for a bonus. If it were your own question, I would have given you something. The right answer is 4 pi squared h bar squared over ma squared. By the way, I need to give you a warning. Mawuli School, this is the warning. If I have not indicated and I'm still trying to listen to someone's answer and you ring again, I will start deducting points. Your major question with the same preamble. Find the energy of the photon emitted when the particle makes a transition from the third excited state to the first excited state.
T14.
Yes, Isaac Newton.
Okay, the energy is negative 7 pi squared h bar squared divided by ma squared.
That's incorrect. Yes, which of you? Fanny?
6 pi squared h bar squared all over me squared.
Yes. Your major question with the same preamble. The particle makes two successive transitions. First from the third excited state to the second excited state, and then from the second excited state to the first excited state. Find the energy difference between the photons emitted. Kisi.
The difference in energy is pi squared h bar squared all over ma squared.
You are right. Next set, 10 seconds. Explain the origins of fossil fuels which comprise natural gas, crude oil, and coal. Yes, Daniel.
Madam, it is formed from the decomposition of organic matter over a long period of time, and they are embedded in the underground, deep underground.
No. For a bonus. All right, so they were created millions of years ago when aquatic plants and animals were buried and compressed by layers of sediments at the bottom of water bodies, that is swamps and seas. Mawuli School. Which catalyst is commonly used in catalytic cracking at the oil refineries? Isaac Newton.
SiO2 or Al2O3. That's alumina or silica.
Yes. St. Peter's. What does octane number scale measure, and which compounds are used? Yes, Kisi.
Octane number measures the quality of the fuel, that is the percentage of 2,2,4-trimethyl pentane as compared to N-heptane in the fuel mixture, and therefore it measures the smoothness with which the fuel burns in an internal combustion engine. And the compounds involved are 2,2,4-trimethyl pentane and N-heptane.
Okay. Next set, 30 seconds, and I have a preamble to all schools. Evaluate the trigonometric expression. That's the preamble. Keta, the expression tangent of 19 degrees plus tangent of 26 degrees all over the expression 1 minus tangent of 19 degrees multiplied by tangent of 26 degrees. Yes, Godfred.
1.
Yes. Tangent of 75 degrees minus tangent of 45 degrees all over the expression 1 plus tangent of 75 degrees multiplied by tangent of 45 degrees. Isaac Newton.
Root 3 divided by 3.
Yes. Tangent of 80 degrees plus tangent of 40 degrees all over the expression 1 minus tangent of 80 degrees multiplied by tangent of 40 degrees. Fanny.
Minus root of 3. Minus root of 3.
Yes. Next set, 10 seconds. Keta, an electrician with normal heartbeat was invited by someone to work on his faulty plugs. In the course of the work, the electrician grabs a live wire and electricity surges through his body. What phase is his heart in? Explain. Yes, Daniel.
Madam, his heart, the phase in which the heart is the systolic phase. And during the systolic phase, the heart contracts to pump blood to all parts of the body. And so when he touched the wire, the heart pumps blood to all parts of the body, and the blood carries fluids, like water. And the blood contains salts, which is an electrolyte. So when he touched the wire, the blood containing the fluid contacted electrical current causing him to.
I'll give you 2. Yes, a systole, yes. Even if his heart was in a diastolic state before connecting with the wire, the electrical current that is flowing through the muscle, so whenever you have electrical current flowing through muscle, the muscle will contract, and contracting heart muscles put the heart automatically in systole. All right, so Mawuli, why is it necessary for different cell types to have different receptors for the same ligand or hormone? Isaac Newton.
This is because different parts of the body perform different functions, and therefore the kind of receptors needed to recept the impulses need to be varied so that it can suit the function of the part of the body. So they need different receptors, such as the optical receptors or the touch receptors, so as to perform their functions.
I can't accept that. For bonus. Sure, they need receptors, right? But different cells in an organism must have different responses to the same signal. That's why. And so in order to be able to coordinate the many events that are taking place in the organism, right? So to coordinate many events, so this coordinated reaction of different tissues creates the most efficient and adaptable organisms. So coordination, for the purpose of coordination. All right, next. St. Peter's. State 2 of the 3 main factors or reasons for the importance of the respiratory quotient. Yes, Kisi.
2 main factors of importance are, one of the importance is that it enables you to know how much oxygen is taken into the body to break down a given carbohydrate to release an amount of energy. So you know how much oxygen you need to take in before you can break down an amount of oxygen. And then another importance is it gives you the amount of CO2 that is produced per unit breakdown of food material to release energy, and therefore you know how much carbon dioxide needs to be excreted per unit breakdown of every.
No, I'm not accepting that for bonus. Like the question said, there are 3 of them, right? So here they are. So first one, knowledge of respiratory quotient helps in determining the respiratory substrate. That's the first one. It also helps in identifying the type of respiration that is being performed. And then the third one is it provides some information about major transformation of food materials. Next set, 30 seconds. Keta. A particle of charge to mass ratio 1.75 times 10 to the power 11 coulomb per kilogram enters a uniform 0.200 Tesla magnetic field at a speed of 20.0 meters per second perpendicular to the field. Find the angular frequency of the particle's motion. Godfred.
8.75 times 10 to the power 10 radians per second.
Again, I didn't hear.
8.75 times 10 to the power.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 3.50 times 10 to the power 10 radians per second. Mawuli. A particle enters a uniform 0.250 Tesla magnetic field at a speed of 20.0 meters per second, perpendicular to the field. Find the charge-to-mass ratio of the particle if its angular frequency is 2.00 times 10 raised to the power 8 radians per second. Yes, Isaac Newton.
We have 1.25 times 10 to the power negative 8 coulomb per kilogram.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 8.00 times 10 to the power 8 coulomb per kilogram. St. Peter's. A particle of charge-to-mass ratio 1.75 times 10 to the power 11 coulomb per kilogram enters a uniform 0.200 Tesla magnetic field at a speed of 2.80 times 10 to the power 4 meters per second, perpendicular to the field. Find the radius of the particle's orbit. Fanny.
3.20 times 10 raised to the power negative 8 meters.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 8.00 times 10 to the power negative 7 meters. "30 seconds with a preamble to all schools." Preamble. A buffer solution is a solution that contains appreciable quantities of both a weak acid and its conjugate base, or a weak base and its conjugate acid. Its pH is given by the expression pH is equal to pKa plus log to the base 10 of the concentration of base divided by concentration of acid. Did you get your preamble? All right. So, Keta, calculate the pH of a solution obtained by mixing 100 centimeter cubed of 0.100 mole per decimeter cube ethanoic acid solution with 50 centimeter cubed of 0.100 mole per decimeter cubed NaOH solution. pKa of ethanoic acid is 4.75. Yes, Daniel?
4.75.
Yes. Calculate the pH of a buffer which is 0.200 mole per decimeter cubed NH4 plus Cl and 0.400 mole per decimeter cubed NH3, and give your answer to 2 places of decimal. pKb of ammonia is 4.75, and any of these log to the base 10 values may be useful, so pay attention. Log of 0.2 is equal to negative 0.70. Log of 2 is equal to 0.30, and log of 20 is equal to 1.30. Isaac Newton.
The pH is 5.05.
That's incorrect. For bonus. Yes, which of you, please? Yes, Kisi.
The pH is 8.95.
No. The right answer is 9.55. Your major question, St. Peter's. Calculate the pH of a buffer which comprises 0.300 mole per decimeter cubed NaH2PO4 and 0.100 mole per decimeter cubed Na2HPO4. The pKa of NaH2PO4 is 7.20, and that of Na2HPO4 is 12.38. Please give your answer to 2 places of decimal. These log to the base 10 values may be useful. Log of 0.3 is equal to negative 0.52. Log of 3 is equal to 0.48. And log of 30 is equal to 1.48. Fanny.
6.68.
That's incorrect. For bonus. The right answer is 6.72. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble. Preamble to all schools. Find the equation of the image of the line y is equal to 3x plus 2 after a reflection in the given line. I hope you got your preamble. All right. So, Keta, x is equal to negative 1. Daniel.
That's y equals negative 3x minus 2.
That's incorrect. For bonus. Yes, Isaac Newton.
Y is equal to negative 3x.
That's incorrect. The right answer is y is equal to negative 3x minus 4. With the same preamble, your major question, Mawuli, y is equal to 2. Yes, Isaac Newton.
Y is equal to negative 3x plus 14.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. The right answer is y is equal to negative 3x plus 2. St. Peter's, with the same preamble, x is equal to 2. Fanny.
Yeah, please. Y is equal to negative 3x plus 10.
That's incorrect. For bonus. Which of you? Yes, wisdom.
Y is equal to negative 3x plus 2.
No. The right answer is y is equal to negative 3x plus 14. Next set, 10 seconds. And in fact, this one is a single question to all 3 schools. When I come to your school, please give me a right answer so I can move on for the next different but right answer. No bonus. All right, so this is the question. There are 4 parts of a positive or negative feedback loop. Name one. That's it. So first option is Keta. Yes, Daniel.
The hypothalamus.
No. I'm moving on. Mawuli. Wisdom.
The endocrine and then the nervous system.
Hey. No. St. Peter's. Kisi.
The output.
No, I'm not accepting that. All right, so there are 4 of them. So if you want to talk about feedback, positive or negative feedback loop, there are 4 parts. The 4 parts are 1, the stimulus, the sensor, the control center, and the last one is the effector. All right, last set of questions, 30 seconds. Keta, an object dropped from a height of 20 meters onto a horizontal surface rebounds to a height of 10 meters. How high does it rise on the 3rd rebound? Daniel.
5 meters.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. The right answer is 2.5 meters. Mawuli. The object is dropped from a height of 50 meters onto a different horizontal surface, and it rebounds to a height of 20 meters. How high does it rise on the 3rd rebound in this case? Isaac Newton.
It is 0.4 root 5 meters.
No, for bonus. The right answer is 3.2 meters. Last question, St. Peter's. Another object is dropped from a height of 50 meters onto the second horizontal surface, and it rebounds to a height of 10 meters. How high does this object rise on the third rebound? Yes, Kisi.
1.25 meters.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 0.4 meters. That's the end of the first round. At the end of the first round, Mawuli School has 8 points. St. Peter's Senior High School has 11 points. Keta Senior High Technical School has 14 points. We have a long way to go, 4 more rounds. Round 2. This round is also known as a speed race. The questions in the round are directed to all 3 schools at the same time. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, Mawuli School? Thank you. Yours, Keta. Thank you. And yours, St. Peter's. If you answer the question correctly on the first attempt, 3 points. On the second attempt, 2 points. On the third attempt, 1 point. But be careful, because if you attempt to answer a question and you are unsuccessful, you lose a precious point. For questions requiring calculations, you have 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 10 seconds to do so. Best wishes, everyone. First question, 30 seconds. Find the change in entropy of 5.0 kilogram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius when it just melts. The specific latent heat of fusion of ice is 334 kilojoule per kilogram. The right answer is 6.1 kilojoule per Kelvin. Next one, 10 seconds. Why is it that when a vehicle jerks forward suddenly from rest, a passenger feels being pushed back? Yes, Daniel.
Madam, when the vehicle is at rest, the body of the passenger is also at rest. And because of inertia, when the vehicle moves forward, the passenger will jerk forward because it will continue to be in its continuous state of rest. But as the vehicle jerks forward to get into motion, the passenger will jerk back because it's having its inertia.
I'm not accepting that. Yes, go ahead.
This is in accordance with Newton's first law of motion, which states that a body continues to be in its state of uniform motion or arrest unless acted upon by an external force. So in the case where the car jerks forward, even though the passenger is in the car, he does not experience any direct force on him. So because of inertia, he remains in his state of uniform motion. And that is why he jerks backwards when the car moves forward.
I'm not going to accept that. Did they ring? Okay, so I continue the question for you. What force pushes the passenger back into his seat? Yes, Isaac Newton.
Restoring force. The restoring force. And the restoring force is from the weight of the body. And he started, when the car just starts to move, there is a large change in momentum within a small period of time. So the force acting is very big. So
no. Okay, so listen to the answer. The passenger tends to remain in his state of rest or uniform motion. As the vehicle accelerates, it exerts a forward force on the passenger, who reacts on the vehicle with an equal and opposite force. So there is no force pushing the passenger backward. There is no force pushing the passenger backward. Next one, 30 seconds. Fluorine 18, atomic number 9, decays by beta plus emission with a half-life of 110 minutes and is one of the radionuclides used in positron emission tomography. In a pulmonary diagnostic procedure, a patient is injected with a 560 megabecquerel solution of fluorine 18, atomic number 9, labeled fluorodeoxyglucose, and the scan is completed 240 minutes later. What is the activity of the patient 90 minutes after the scan is completed? Interest to most of you, if you go and get a procedure and they inject you with that radioactive stuff, 90 minutes after you have left, you are still hot with this kind of activity. So be careful. "30 seconds. Given that dy dx is equal to 3x squared minus 2x, and y is equal to 6 when x is equal to -1, Find an expression for y in terms of x. Who rang? Yes, Isaac Newton.
Y is equal to x cubed minus x squared plus 6.
That's incorrect. Who rang next? Yes, which of you, please? Fanny.
Y is equal to x cubed over 3.
No, I'm moving on. Yes, Godfred.
Y is equal to x cubed minus x squared plus 8.
Yes. Simplify. Simplify. X squared plus 5x plus 6 all over the expression x squared plus x minus 6. Yes, which of you, please? Godfred.
X plus 2 all over x minus 2.
Yes. Next one. Solve the quadratic equation. 2x squared minus 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. You may leave your answer, as I said, in simplest form. Yes, which of you? Isaac Newton?
X is equal to, I have a fraction, the numerator is 3 plus or minus root 5, and the denominator is 2.
Again.
The numerator is 3 plus or minus root 5, and then
that's incorrect. Yes, Godfred.
You have a fraction, the numerator is 3 plus or minus root of 12 all over 2.
That's incorrect. Yes, which of you, please? Yes, Kisi.
The solution is 3 plus or minus root 3 all over 2.
Yes. Next set, 10 seconds each. First question. Why should monocropping lead to soil infertility? Yes, Fanny.
Ma'am, please, with monocropping, the same type of crop is grown on the same land. So as a result of that, it takes up the same type of nutrients at the same level for a very long time due to the fact that they're repeating the same type of crop. So due to that fact, the fertility of the soil will reduce and the agricultural productivity of the land will also reduce.
Yes. Next one. Two common mosquito genera, Anopheles and Culex, can be easily identified by their sitting positions. State the difference. Yes, which of you, please? Kisi.
The Anopheles is positioned in an oblique fashion, and the Culex is straight. That is, it's horizontal, but the Anopheles stands in the oblique direction.
Yes. one. Next. Name the two conditions under which a heterozygous individual has a different phenotype from the homozygous individual. Yes, Isaac Newton.
In codominance and partial dominance, or incomplete dominance. That's codominance and incomplete dominance.
One attempt. So I'm moving. Did they make it? No. This is speed race. It must be perfect the first time. So, codominance and incomplete dominance. There's nothing like partial dominance. Incomplete dominance. All right. Last set of questions. First one, 30 seconds. Use the following bond energies both in kilojoule per mole to determine the enthalpy change for the oxidation of nitrogen 2 oxide by oxygen to nitrogen 4 oxide. And N double bond O is 607 and oxygen molecule is 494. Which of you, please? Wisdom.
It is negative 1,708 kilojoule per mole.
That's incorrect. The right answer is negative 720 kilojoule. Next one, 30 seconds. Use the following enthalpies of formation, both in kilojoule per mole, to estimate the enthalpy change for the oxidation of nitrogen 2 oxide by oxygen to nitrogen 4 oxide. NO2 gas, 33.2, and NO gas, 90.3. Yes. Fanny, go ahead.
Minus 58.1 kilojoule per mole.
That's incorrect. Yes, which of you, please? Godfred.
Negative 52.9.
No. The right answer is negative 114.2 kilojoule. All right. Last question of the round, 10 seconds. Estimating the enthalpy change for the reaction 2NO plus O2 going to 2NO2 by 1 bond energies and 2 Hess's law of enthalpies of formation gave two very different values. Give only one possible source that would contribute to the disagreement in the calculated values. Yes, Isaac Newton.
This is because the enthalpy change using the bond energies is a theoretical value, and therefore does not take account of the physical things that happen when the reaction is taking place. But using the enthalpies of formation, it is a measured value. So it is the actual value. So the reason is that using the bond energies, it is a theoretical.
No. Okay. There are two possible answers to this. The first one is that the enthalpy of formation of oxygen, O2, the oxygen molecule, is arbitrarily set as 0 in the Hess's law. And then the second one is that the NO molecule contains strictly not nitrogen-oxygen double bond. There's an unpaired electron in the entire molecule, which may affect the bond energy of the double bond. So this is the reason why. That's the end of the second round. Keep them covered. Don't turn over until I ask you to. And don't begin until I ask you to. At the end of the second round, Mawuli School has 2 points. Keta Senior High Technical School has 15 points. St. Peter's Senior High School has 15 points. We are at the top of round 3. Round 3 has the problem of the day. The problem of the day is a single question to all 3 schools. From the time I ask you to begin, you have 3 minutes in which you can compose a response to the problem of the day. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Please put down your pens. Let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. Bacteria and single-cell pathogens reproduce rapidly and therefore evolve rapidly. Human populations are consequently and constantly locked in evolutionary arms races with pathogens that invade our bodies. Explain how the evolution of pathogens affects one's ability to achieve and maintain immunity against them. Contestants, this is our problem of the day. You may now begin.
From the basements of the RS Abegashi auditorium. We just Senior High Technical School, St. Peter. Well, all the people you see here are watching from the screen. Now the contestants have been given the problem today. We have 3 minutes.
stop writing and present your answers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.